Hello.
Hi, Umar. How are you doing?
One second. I don't think I can hear you. Let me just see if 1 second here.
Okay.
Hello. Can you say something?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh shit. Fuck. Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Second.
Sure.
Can you hear me now?
I can fully.
Oh fuck. I had you on mute. Damn. Can you hear me now? I'm sorry.
I can hear you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Let me try one last thing. I just want to see
Okay,
if
okay, okay.
it work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you s
No, I can't hear you now.
microphone?
Yeah. Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh,
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
damn it. All right.
Just do the old-fashioned way. Remove all the things.
Yeah, yeah, all right. I'm just gonna do old fashioned way. Let me just get my actual headphones for what's it called? Just want to get my old school
Okay.
iPhone headphones, man. Sorry about that. I was trying to do something cool, man. I was gonna try to make it
No,
sound
no, no. Don't
professional.
don't make it look cool. Just I want to enjoy you, not
You
the
want to
headphones.
join me? All right, cool. Fuck. All right.
Enjoy some pasta.
Yeah, man. Pasta. All right, yeah. All right. I'm ready. I'm sorry about
I
that.
mean, I have $1,000 headphone, but I don't use it for this. I just
Yeah.
have a fun time.
Yeah,
I have
like
all the studio beats and everything, but I don't. I just,
wow, Studio Beats, shit.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And I have a Newman NH20, which is like $1,000 headphone. But I don't.
Wow, what are you doing? Gaming with that?
No, I do sound mastering and mixing with that. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, you're a musician.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me what's going on, and it's great to have you. You are my brother
We're Pakistani brothers.
from the same motherland, I would say motherland.
Came from
Uh,
my
yeah. So glad to have you, and we really enjoy your stuff at Tiny Cupboard and your unique style of writing
Oh, thank you.
and your punchy delivery and your very gearing momentum, so
Wow.
yeah,
Thank you so much, man. That's a lot of compliments. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, and your hosting as well, because hosting itself is a craft in its own, picking up the entire show and also, chipping in your views to every set. So, yeah, tell me where you started, how you started.
Wow. Okay, great question. Dude, I actually don't know how much you know. I don't know how much I've revealed to you in Tiny Cover. I actually majored in film studies in undergrad.
Oh, okay. From
Yeah.
where?
Yeah, Fordham University out in Midtown Lincoln Center by there.
Wow,
That's
great.
so that was years ago. I graduated in like 2013.
Uh-huh.
Then I ended up working at the Howard Stern show for a little
Okay.
bit.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how much of a
You,
Stern
you,
guy
I
you
knew
are.
you were someone. I did not know
Oh,
what's going on, but I knew that you had something.
wow. Okay, I'm glad I give that aura off.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I worked there. I got an internship.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of threw my name in the pile. Like no one wanted to hire me, dude. No, this was back like before Me Too
Hmm.
and before like diversity rocks and shit like that. So like a lot of these places they were just like it was just a white guys club, white
Uh-huh.
girls club too, man. Like I one time I was like, "Can I have the internship?" They're like, "Yeah, we need you here Fridays." But I'm like, "I have to go to prayers on Fridays. I can't go get lunch for everyone in the studio." They're
Right,
like, "All right, get out of here," you know?
right,
So
right.
no one was really trying to, I don't know. It was before diversity was a thing. So like people weren't, it's a white guys club. Like honestly, I don't, I was in there and that's how it felt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only brown face everywhere I applied or worked or interned.
Hmm.
So, the only reason I got the Howard Stern job internship,
Hmm.
someone at the last second was like, "No, I'm gonna go intern for NBC
Hmm.
as a page, which is like the best like internship you can get."
Hmm.
So they lost somebody at the last day, the last minute. They were like, "You just applied. Do you want to come in?" They were like, "Right now, today."
Hmm.
And so I went to school 20 minutes away from the Howard Stern studio. Got in. They
Mhm.
were like, "All right, you like the show? You want to be in?" I was like, "Yes, give
Mhm.
me a shot." Because I loved Howard Stern. I don't
Of
know if you've seen Private Parts.
of course, I have not seen, but Howard Stern is the giant all over the world.
Yeah, he truly is. He truly is like I think the best interviewer to ever live. Like I think he's better than Larry King or any of these, Dan Rather kind of journalists.
Right.
I think he gets people talking. So they gave me the internship. I was extremely grateful. I was just so happy to be there. I felt like my dreams were coming true. So I took it very seriously. I worked very hard as an intern. I mean,
Mhm.
not that they give you hard work to do,
Right.
but I went above and beyond. I was friends with everyone.
Mhm.
Oh, trying to be friendly. I wasn't say friends, but I was
Right.
trying to be friendly.
Right.
So they hired me right out of college,
Okay.
because I was just so friendly and just friendly young guy
Right.
who looked like he was 12.
Right.
And then I started working there as an associate producer, helping
Oh,
out
wow.
writing jokes,
Wow.
helping out do research for
What
eight
the
months.
fuck? Really?
Yeah, man. Does any so
Incredible.
research was like any guest that would come on, it was
Uh-huh.
up to me to like kind of go through their Wikipedia, go through all TMZ, go through
Right. Right. Right.
every article about them, and just write a nice, concise bullet point summary of this
Right.
biography, all the juicy gossip shit, and
Okay.
just interesting information.
Great.
So I did that for 8 months.
Mhm.
Then the office manager quits, and they're like, "Hey, Umar, you're the new guy. You're gonna be office manager now." So I was like, I don't even know how to manage my own life. I can't like do this. I'm literally 21 at the
Right.
time when they
Right.
hired me.
Right.
Just finished college. And like they would ask me to do stupid shit like it should be simple, right? Like, can
Mhm.
you book us a hotel and can you make sure it's near like a conference room? Also, can you book the conference room? Like, I'm an idiot. I
Right.
had my mom like book hotels for me. Like, I never really traveled, so
Right.
my mom was traveling, doing all that shit for me. I'm like, how do I do this for other adults
Right.
who are like executives?
Yeah.
Where should I even book this conference room? Like,
Yeah.
and I would like screw up simple tasks, and then it caught up to me where it was like I was doing my associate producer, PA, sorry, I should do associate producer, AP job on top of being the office manager. So like sorting through mail and shit like that. And can you send Jimmy Kimmel these like pictures we took? Like
Mhm.
literally, that's what I'm doing. And I would screw up little stuff like that. And like I'm out. I'm gonna go to grad school. That was the plan originally. This was sort of a nice detour.
Mhm.
And in that time, I did a little bit of stand up. A
Okay.
little bit of stand up. I got my feet
And
wet.
back in 2013?
Yes, exactly. 2013, 2014. Literally, dude, I only went maybe 3 times to the Creek in the Cave. Creek in the Cave is like where all the good comedians, Tim Dillon, Joe List, Stavros, that's where they did their stuff back then. So if I
Right.
stuck with it, I may have actually gotten to know those people.
Mhm.
Um, but no, I ended up quitting within a year,
Mhm.
went back to grad school,
Mhm.
completed grad school, and now
School in film?
say that again?
Grad school in film or something else?
No, I'm a dentist.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I do now.
Uh-huh.
I was just always kind of good at drawing and stuff. So a couple family members,
Right.
both sides, my mom and my dad's were like, "Hey, if you're good at science,
Right.
you should you should do dentistry." So it's a very good fit. I actually love dentistry. There's parts of it I love, and there's parts of it that are very uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've thrown a lot at you
No,
today,
no, no. That's amazing that you gave me so much information. But
but we're
the
both doctors, bro.
sorry,
Literally, we're both
absolutely,
doctors.
yes, yes. So we made our parents' dreams come true.
Literally.
In fact, it was my mom actually went and received my doctorate degree. I was not even, I was composing the anthem for the convocation.
Really?
Yeah, and ironically,
Oh.
both the times, even in my MBA and my PhD, both were, taken by my mom, and she's in the photographs, and I'm not even there, because I was again doing music, anthems for both the convocations, different times, different universities. Anyway, but
Wow.
yeah, but
Cool.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. But again, what we call "Ghar ki murgi dal barabar." You don't. They don't give a
I
crap. Who you are. You are
yeah.
like shit at the dinner table. But what I was trying to say is that Howard Stern was a great, break for you for someone at 21. and like
Yeah,
you said, a brown guy, because again, the way I look at it is the marketing dynamics, because I'm a student of marketing, and it's about the number of percentage of users and consumers. So they are bound to represent, and same thing happened in politics as well. It's good to have a smart guy like Obama, but Obama for me is an Irish guy, just with that little tint. Because when you go all in DEI, then you get into in the situations like Kamala got into. Uh,
sure.
Unless you are extraordinarily talented and a genius like Barack, but that was not the case in Harris. Anyway, digressing from the point, but
Mhm.
I think that you got the break because Howard is like an Elvis in the radio industry, and he's tops. So, but he's what I see a symmetry between your approach in whatever comedy I've heard from you is it's very systematic. He's very methodic. He's very organized, and that's why he wanted you to be part of Steam. And as in context of but again, like you are a powerhouse in your own, the sense that you're a dentist, and which is not an easy feat. And also
Thank you.
when you are into something, when you emotionally commit yourself, then you are all in it and you are in for perfection. And I think you were enjoying writing those jokes and compiling
Yeah,
gossip.
absolutely. Well, first of all, I only you're gonna find this funny. I've only met Howard on 3 occasions.
Oh, okay.
So I actually was interviewed by like the office manager.
Right,
She's the one that quit, and then I ended up having to do her job.
right.
So, but Howard did kind of know who he knew I existed. Like he didn't know me, but he knew I existed. He knew what I was contributing here and there. I used to do a couple prank calls, so that ended up on the air. And he'd be like, "Oh, that was Umar the intern,"
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm like, "Oh, am I gonna get on the radio now?" And like, no,
Right.
I never. So I never truly got on the radio. Like they got me doing voiceovers and prank calls.
Right.
But like no one there remembers me today except I have like 3 friends still there, but like
Okay.
they've moved on, I've moved on. I
Right.
I don't really think about it too often. I dream about it sometimes that like they ask me to come back and like help help do
Yeah,
research.
because they liked you, and the again, it might sound awkward, but booking hotels or being the office guy means that they really trusted you. Because at the end of the day, they will be going into places where you had decided, or what you had shortlisted, and again, you have your own valid reasons in context of traveling and your mom doing the booking and things like that. However, you are attention to detail kind of a guy, and that's what Howard is as well, in his own. And that's
Hmm.
why he rises up to the level of the artist, and he don't give a shit about who he's interviewing, because he really into their heads, and he really knows them, and he has no star. He doesn't consider that star aura, or he doesn't get starstruck or anything else, even though he admits it on air many times. But he is not like that.
Hmm.
And for example, he uses TLM3 microphone, and
Oh,
yeah, and which I had as well. And then I moved up to Newman U87, and which is like a TLM is like $700-800 at microphone, and
hmm.
U87 is like a $3,500 headphone microphone. But
Oh,
I realized later on that TLM sounds better, not only to my voice, but I think it sounds better. And I saw him using it, and he sounds crispy, and he's one of the most
yeah,
recognized voices in the world.
yeah.
So he admires those kind of people, and then they knew that you were not just another guy, and that's why they're still calling you. And I think this experience would exposure will still and because you are since last 10 years you've been honing your craft, and improving your chops, and you never know, you'll end up on Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and Seth Meyers, or Colbert, or Daily Show.
Oh, like doing stand up. Yeah. That'd be cool just to do an appearance. Yeah. To be honest, like my goals with comedy is to I want to make movies one day.
Mhm.
So, and I just
Just
love
to,
comedy.
just to,
So,
just to throw it in, I'm also a New York Film Academy graduate. You know that?
no way, really?
Yes, yes. From Los
Where'd you
Angeles.
go? When did you go?
Again, 2014.
2014. No way. Okay, cool, man.
But I was in LA, not here.
Oh, in LA, yeah, I wanted to do New York Film here, but that was I wanted to not even go to college, like undergrad, like a 4 year. I wanted to go straight into film school,
Uh-huh.
but my parents said no way. Like no way are you going to that 2 year
Great. That
program.
was a great decision because the thing is now even Quentin Tarantino is crying that the film and cinema has disappeared, and the terms of endearment are redefined. And unless you're James Cameron and you have loads of confidence and resources, or you are Disney or
Yeah.
Marvel or DC, then there even DC and Marvel are now nose diving because they are repetitive and they're boring.
Yeah, they're terrible movies.
Yeah, and they're overexposed, and superheroes are like junkyard bulldogs, and
Yeah, who cares?
they're like
It's
so.
not original.
Yeah, and that's the reason I also, because I have an advertising background, I've headed advertising agency in Dubai as well for several years,
Whoa, okay.
and been a creative director all my life. And film was a very obvious transition because I did commercials as well, wrote award-winning commercials as well, and then made documentary, an award-winning documentary as well. So that was a natural transition. However, down the road around 2012, I saw this social media revolution coming up. I was working for another social media firm, and which was later sold to Facebook, one of the plugins.
Hmm.
Yeah, so which you see now as moments every morning you wake up. So
Oh shit, really?
yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah. So it was initially moments.me, and before that it was Bovoli. And then it initially it was a plugin in Facebook, but then it was acquired. So
So you got a nice cash out. They gave you a nice check.
not really, because it was twice sold, but I did I have some equity in it, and
Oh wow.
yeah, and I'm still friends
Jeez.
with my boss. So I
Wow.
transitioned into from writing, copywriting, I transitioned into uh, UX writing initially, and then I had a design background, I had animation background. So then I moved into product design and apps. So fortunately enough, I made the transition at the right time, and then I worked for various federal agencies and private tech firms, and now I have my own software development digital agency, and have my own apps and SaaS and other things I'm working on. So
Wow.
yeah, so it's always because again, if you look at it in hindsight, and if you visit to Hollywood and you see this state of affairs, they're saying that LA can be the next, Detroit, because the artists, yeah, of all these, because everything is VOD. Studios don't have budgets. All this glorification of mafia and all these, things, and the terms that have changed. And initially, what used to be shoved in people's throat, people can now choose. I mean, I don't remember I've seen a movie in a long, long time. I just watch YouTube and ESPN maybe. So the thing is, it's about perception, and perception is always bigger than reality. And entertainment itself has the rule has been redefined in social media. The celebrities are now influencers, and nobody gives a shit about celebrities. The other day I wrote a premise that there are two kinds of fashion: really good fashion, and the other that celebrities do,
Yeah.
which is shit fashion. So so
Well,
yeah,
well,
so
I agree with that. Yeah. I think the one thing that's not going away is stand-up comedy, so that's nice.
yeah, that was my next part. That stand up is like we are the rock stars, we are the prophets, we are the thinkers, we are the philosophers, we are the
I don't
uh,
know about all that.
yeah, no, because you see, the thing is, I was speaking to this friend of mine yesterday, Anna Christina from, she's in Austin and New York. So she's a great actress and playwright. And I was discussing that stand up is everything, because at the end of the day, That guy has to entertain as much as a band entertains, or as much as a movie
Yeah.
will entertain in 1 hour. So that shit is not easy, and you
Right.
have to
It's not
illustrate
easy.
and draw the picture, and make up the story, and make them laugh, and make them feel good about it when they leave. So it's not an easy feat,
No, not at all. I think just people really want to hang out with the real person in the real room.
right?
Especially after COVID, there was a huge boom, and I want to get heckled. No, I'm not heckled. I want crowd work. I want the guy to roast me. Um, I think that hasn't gone away in 5 years since Andrew Schultz blew up during COVID. So yeah, I think if everything, stand-up's the one that's actually gonna get a little bigger. People, I don't know. People just really like stand up. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I never went to go see stand up. I've always loved stand up. I've loved stand up since I was 11 years old.
Oh,
Before I was the first comedian I ever saw, heard ever was this guy named Azhar Usman. Have you ever heard of him?
oh.
He's an Indian Muslim guy, so he was the only guy that did like stand up for Muslims in America, right? Very, very niche,
Mhm.
very clean. It was
Mhm.
really good. It was the first time like I saw my dad burst out laughing, and it was very clean. I was expecting curse word the whole time, never came. So he was the first guy, and then of course, then I learned who Chappelle was, and then Dane Cook.
Right.
Fast forward to Dimitri Martin, Mike Birbiglia, and Louis C.K. I don't know what my point is, but yeah, I've been stand up my whole life, but I've actually never went to go see it.
Mhm.
I think I've only seen maybe before officially being a stand open micer. I think I maybe saw stand up 7 times my whole life.
Oh.
It was like Louis C.K., Hannibal Buress, and that was it.
You've seen Louis C.K.?
Yeah, I saw Lucy K do second to last one at MSG. He sold out, so
Oh,
we were there for the filming of it.
okay.
Yeah, it was and the only reason I went it was a birthday present from my sister, so we went. It was incredible. I love Louis. I've met
What's the
Louis
name?
C.K. 2 times when I worked at Howard Stern.
Oh, okay. Really? Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, he was part of the reason why I was like, I think I should leave. So it wasn't anything he did. So the first time I met him like in 2013. He came on the show to promote the show, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And I was like, yo, I went up to like the guy that handles who gets to talk to Louis and the celebrities. I'm like, yo, he's my favorite. Let me get him coffee. So I
Mhm.
get him coffee and I had him sign documents. I'm like, all right, take care. He came back in 2014. And I was already kind of disillusioned with being at Howard Stern. Like I didn't really give a shit. I wasn't really starstruck
Mhm.
by my second year there. I was no longer starstruck by anybody. Like I would see Kanye in the hallway, didn't care. I'd be in the elevator with like Lupe Fiasco, didn't care. I'm like, it doesn't matter because it's like you would you would pass by these people in the hallway, but it's not like you're becoming friends or networking. That's not networking,
Right.
right? Saying, "Hey man, I love you. You're a great fan." All right, the bathroom's right there. It's not really
Right.
networking, right? So, Louis C.K. came in the second time. I was like, "Please let me get him coffee." So I get him coffee. I screw up his order, and he's like, in like, I'll always appreciate this moment my whole life because Louis like, "Hey, like this coffee is like no good. Can you just take me to the machine?" So I'm like, "Yeah, come with me." So I screwed up his coffee order, but he didn't make a big fuss. He didn't like say, "Oh, this guy's terrible. He's fired. Fire him, Howard." He was
Because
just like, "Yeah,
he's also a Virgo like you.
oh, maybe that was it. I don't know. I guess so. Like, right. Maybe, yeah. Because I would have done the same thing Louis did. Like, I wouldn't have complained. I'd be like, yo, can you just take me a coffee machine? I'll make it. So I literally take him
No,
to the,
he is fussy and you are fussy, but when he saw, someone who understood that, you fucked up and then you owned it, so
yeah,
he then just let it go. Uh,
right.
yeah, so yeah, and talking about meeting all, that was the reason they called you back, because you are not starstruck, and you just take it very casually, and which is good and bad as well. Good in the sense that even if you don't know, you still, as a comedian, you absorb stuff. Like, for example, I saw Russell Peters twice in Dubai, and
Nice.
it was incredible. And I was, like I told you, I think in person, that I always subconsciously heard Omar Sharif when his shows were played in my house, and then of course Alif Noon and 50/50. I don't know if you heard about
I've
them.
heard of 50-50. My
Yeah.
dad loved 50-50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Alif Noon is also extremely sarcastic and brilliant social experiments even way before anybody knew what social experiments were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So again, laughter has no language, and like for example, I was interviewing these musicians from Austin, and virtually everyone is a Kanye West fan. I somehow I don't cannot relate to his stuff, but if they were you, they would be totally lost it because they are huge fans, and but again, like I said, I knew there was something about you, and
Oh, thank you.
yeah, and now you're telling me all this. I did not know. I could just see your set, and again, even if you like this kind of interaction, like you had with Louis, uh, you learn so much that you cannot explain because it's metaphysical. It's like consciousness based, and
Yeah.
you drop stuff. Like for example, I went to Harvard doing this course about exercising leadership, and they're just teaching you, you should come from this side of the chair and sit down and hold this fork like this. Yes, but yes, it is that experience that matters, and
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know actually. But
Hmm.
you're talking about, for example, Louis Black also is my one of my favorites, and his brand of comedy is very different. But when you are interacting with greats like Louis C.K. or Howard Stern, or people of maybe different fields, but you still know that that is the energy level that is required to hit that jackpot.
Yeah, actually, you said something I didn't even consider. Yeah, a lot of that stuff was subconscious. That's probably still with me today.
Yes, of
A
course.
lot of that stuff because I was around a very professional comedy at a very young age,
Mhm.
and that's why well, so just to yeah, I like true story. After I met Louis C.K. on the second time, I quit and I gave in my notice the next week.
Okay.
That's when I realized I was talking to him, I was having a good time, and he didn't even remember me from the first time. I'm like, how do you not remember the only brown guy that's at the Howard Stern show?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's when it really hit me like this is a very high level stuff. It's very difficult to break. No one's remembering who you
No,
are.
I don't
You're
think so.
getting your
For
shit kicked
example,
out of you every
yeah, for
day.
example, when he lost another one of my favorites, Mark Normand, he's
Yeah. He's
he's
great. Yeah, I've
really,
met him too, yeah.
and okay, you met him as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
but very briefly, like, hey, what's up? Good shit. That was it.
where was that?
The stand. Yeah. Yeah, I was on a date and I told my date, "Hey, can you like give me a second? I have to go say hi to him." And I really wanted to ask him, "Hey man, where did you do open mics back in the day?" But he was just on his phone, was like, "Yeah, man, thank you." And just like gave me a head fist bump, like goodbye.
So was
So
he
I couldn't pick his
was you
brain.
attending his show or what?
Yeah, so the stand is great because they throw like six very good comedians. Actually, the night I was there, I think it was eight, and it was like people like on like the big podcast. They were guests like I ever hear of like the Adam Friedland show.
Huh.
Yeah, so they had like people that were on the Adam Friedland show. They had people that were on Opie and Anthony,
Okay,
and then they had Mark Norman.
okay,
And I was like, oh, what a stacked night. Like I know all these people from podcasts. Like the stand's great. And it's all 10-minute sets.
right,
It's the professionals open mic.
right,
That's
okay.
what I realized. Like going there was a great lesson because I saw Mark Norman
Do that,
bomb
yeah,
on one joke. He bombed. He's like, and he had a piece of paper with him. I'm like, oh
right,
shit, this is his open mic. His open. I just paid, I don't know, $60. Well,
right.
for I guess $30, $30 for to see a man do an open mic, and I'm like, that's the
I would
professional
love to see
level.
that. Yeah, I would love to because that's the transitional thing that we require. For
Yeah,
example, another one of my favorites, personal favorites, Doug Stanhope. I met him.
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
cool.
yeah.
He's a
So
cool guy. Yeah,
he was like, I went to his show at Sony on Broadway, and
nice.
then I said, it's his birthday, and I brought this Indian sweets for him. So
And he had him. He ate him.
yes, he said, okay, call him in. And then I went in, and we took photographs, and he was initially, he was like, I don't think you are pissed off on any of my jokes. I said, no, I'm big fan. Keep emailing to you.
Oh, that's some real ingenuity. Like,
Yeah.
was that what you were trying to do? Trying to get backstage?
Not exactly. I just wanted to, give him these sweets, and I thought that it might work, and it did work. And
Yeah, no, that's that's like some shit I would have tried to pull. Yeah, when I was younger. Yeah,
yeah,
like, hey, I
so
just really like this guy. How do I get in there? And
yeah,
that's smart. It's smart. That's how you do it sometimes.
yeah, and I tried to do it with Mark as well. He was doing in Williamsburg comedy, and I was sitting in the front, and it was his birthday as well again.
Hmm.
He constantly he's also Virgo, so and he just rushed off. Like they were charging people, and I had already paid for my drinks, and I just thought, that, and the venue is small. I know where to get in and get out because, we do open mics at Williamsburg. So, but he was gone, in a moment.
Mm.
So, and I had taken Indian sweets again. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No, I
so
got you.
yeah,
That,
yeah,
that's cool. Doug st took him. That's amazing.
yeah. I mean, Doug was really cool, and it was like, if I ever go to Arizona, he might, he might even invite me at his home in Busby.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
That'd be cool.
but again, his material is extremely dark, and it polarizes people. I had a friend; she was accompanying me to this show. But so I asked her, just make sure that this duck guy is very dark, and please don't judge me, and just have a
Mm.
look at it before you come with me because it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, but he was hammered the previous night, so the show that I went to was second night, and he was like hammered from last night, and so
Oh shit.
yeah. So, but again,
Nice.
it was a great because we had photographs, we met, and he said,
Nice.
"You're a comedian as well." I said, "Yeah, yeah. I mean, but no, because
No, that's a smart answer, man. Just straight up tell them I do open mics. Be
uh, I had
and
not, I had not started open mic then.
oh,
I'm
oh,
talking about just after COVID, and
man.
I was just
Yeah.
a huge fan, and
Good for you though.
yeah, but I used to send him. I was stupid, and I used to email him. I used to send him money, and I used to send him jokes. And I used to tell him, "Yeah, you can use them,"
Oh
as
my
if he's gonna
God.
do it.
My God, I don't
So
know.
yeah, because I've always had the writer in me.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I got no
uh,
comment on that. That's just kind of
yeah,
funny.
yeah. But
Oh, so I mean, I made the mistake. Like, I got nervous around. There was a comedian. I don't feel like mentioning his name because I don't really like him after the interaction. But I stupidly told him, "Yeah, I do open mics." And he went to his friends. He's like, "I don't know this guy," and he was just being really rude about it. And I was like, "Oh, it's my hobby." And I should have never said it's my hobby.
Mhm.
Like, even though I don't know what to call it, I would call it more of a side hustle because I have a real job.
Mhm.
Would you, I don't know. I think at this point, I would definitely call it a side hustle that I don't make money from. But yeah, with real comedians, yeah, I just tell them, hey, look, I'm an open micer. I'm just like consistently going to open mics. End of story. Leave it there. Don't explain yourself. They know what you're going through.
No, no, no. Umar, there are, listen, we are into a revolutionary point in this, in the age of comedy. If we, for 50 years from now, if we look back, people will look back because right now there are, the lines are vanishing because social media and TikTok and all these platforms are good exposure. I mean, it started in 2018 from Netflix when was becoming mainstream. I mean, stand up was always there,
Yeah.
stand up really got into plunged into limelight, just like documentaries in 2018, because again the movies are the suspension of disbelief, as as a
Hmm.
technician and film student,
Yeah.
that thing is fading away, and people want new products, and like in reality TV and these reality shows, and documentaries and docu series. So these lines were diminishing, and they still are. And for example, I was in Austin, and I was performing at Shakespeare's, and the host over there, I had a very nice interaction. I became friends with him, he poked fun at my Indian accent, and I felt it was Black History Month, so I just jabbed to MLK and Malcolm X,
Oh
and he was
man.
pissed off, and people were laughing because it was a unique take. I said MLK or Malcolm X, the end was the same. So and they were like, they didn't the black guys didn't like it, but again, it was not in a bad taste. It was a friendly thing. So what I'm trying to say is that later he came that uh, so you do open mic, and I said, listen, there are only two levels. There are open mics and shows. So every guy who's not selling arenas is an open micer. So don't give me this bullshit about this. Even Kathleen Madigan, she did open mic for 2 years before she started having shows way back in time. So I don't feel any shy or embarrassment about all any of it, because again, in the shows arena, you have to be you have to maintain a status quo, and on open mic level you can speak your mind, and you can try all the new material, and you can go into wicked directions. And like, for example, with Mark Norman, when Louis CK got cancelled, he messaged Mark that you are killing it in Brooklyn, and you're everywhere. I really like your style, and blah blah blah. So he said, I would, love to do something like that, before he got cancelled. So when he got cancelled, Mark messaged him that, why don't you, come back again? Because if you, you know,
Nah,
yeah, he did.
I've forgiven Louis C.K. I don't
So he didn't like
whatever.
it.
He's the funniest man. Dude, he's to me he's my favorite. I will say maybe Chappelle's the best, but he's personally Louis C.K. is my favorite. I just that's oh man, I think that's what I'm doing an impression of,
Yes.
or trying to do an impression of every time I get on the
No, you
stage.
have that style as well, you're
Yeah, I'm what in my head, what I'm trying to go for is somewhere between Louis C.K. and Russell Peters.
okay.
Russell Peters may have my favorite deliveries
Hmm.
ever. Russell Peters was huge for me. I think seeing a funny brown guy was massive for like my subconscious
Right, right.
because I didn't know we were even allowed to be on TV. And then this guy from Canada is just the funny. He sounds like my cousin who's really funny, and neither, not that I had a funny cousin, but I'm
Right.
like, yeah, if that's what it was, if I had a cool older cousin, that would be him.
Yes. I mean,
Um,
that's what happened when I started doing at QED. I said yes, I'm allowed. I was tipping the bar like about the same amount, the price of the drinks, because yeah, am I allowed to go there and speak my mind? It was a big deal, and like you just said that it's a brown guy, and he's all over. It's because people can relate to him from all over the world, and he has a lot of social knowledge.
mhm. Oh, I wanted to ask, you did William Does IG's writing where he watches your videos, yeah, and comments on the joke writing, right? Did you do that?
Which one?
There was a guy on Instagram and you sent him your video, William Keen.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought I saw you anyways. No.
Yeah. So
I
what
saw
about?
you, yeah, you were on the list. He posted a Instagram post and he was like, maybe we'll watch Dr. Hawk Tuah's.
Okay. No, I don't know about it.
Oh, you should definitely do it, man. He'll help you punch up your jokes.
Okay.
He'll help you figure out how to formulate joke from premise to punchline. He'll tell you how to do tags for
Yeah.
free, at least initially. I think after like the second or third time, he's gonna make you have to pay to
Okay.
watch videos.
Right, 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 right.
Which I did. I literally gave him money. We were like, here's a 15-minute set. Can you watch this set and tell me what I should be doing?
Right.
So watch him for sure. I thought you did it. That's why I wanted to ask your
No, 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 I
experience.
did not actually. I mean, for me, I'm just having a ball with you guys at TC. I learned so much with, just, the response and subconscious thing. So thank you so much. And I think we are about to wrap up.
Sure.
And thank you for being on the podcast. And love
Thank you
to
very
have you
much.
back. Yeah, because there is so much for me to learn from you, because now that you have unfolded your mystery. And,
Ah.
it's always fun being part of your shows. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, of course, man. Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. You're the only second person ever asked me to do their podcast, so thank you very much, man.
it's my pleasure.
All right, man. Have a wonderful
Pasta, huh?
weekend.
More
Umar
pasta.
Pasta, legally.